Hello children, welcome back to the English channel conducted by the Chilau Zonal Education Office. Today we are going to learn about compositions. Do you know what compositions are? Compositions are a type of essays. You know you have written essays starting from grade 5 and everyone thinks that writing essays or compositions are very difficult, but it is not. If you are well organized and if you have a structure and a plan, then writing these things will not be difficult for you. So today we are going to learn how to write a composition using the given details, and we are going to write one composition by yourself. Shall we start? Okay, ready? Good. Okay, writing compositions. උදා අපි අද ඉගෙන ගන්න යන්නේ රචනාවක් හරි දීලා තියෙන මාතෘකාවක් යටතේ හරි අපි composition එකක් හෝ රචනාවක් ලියන්නේ කොහොමද කියලා. අමාරු නෑ. අපි අද ඉගෙන ගමු කොහොමද මේක ලියන්නේ කියලා. There are several things that you have to do when you write a composition. The first one you have to do is you have to know what topic you are going to write about. You have to have a clear idea. This is the topic that I am going to use to develop my essay or my composition. ඔගොල්ලෝ මාතෘකාවක් හිතා ගන්න ඕනි මොකක්ද ඔගොල්ලෝ ලියන්න යන රචනාව කියලා. What's next? Then you have to draft your outline. What can we draft? You can write a title and you can use an opening sentence. You can jot down some ideas and you can give details to the written ideas. මාතෘකාවක් opening sentence එක. It can be an introduction to the title that you are using. And some ideas. Okay, let's take an example. Let's think that you are going to write about yourself. මම ගැන තමන් ගැන රචනාවක් ලියනවා කියලා. So, the title is myself. What can be the opening sentence? You have to introduce yourself. You can write your name, your age, where you study, something like that. වගේ නම ලියන්න පුළුවන්, වගේ වයස ලියන්න පුළුවන්, ඒ වගේම ඔයා ඉගෙන ගන්න පාසල ලියන්න පුළුවන්. Opening sentence එකක් ඒ විදිහට පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන්. Good. And ideas. Okay, what are the ideas that you can write? Okay, you can write about your family, your hobbies, what you like and what you dislike, what's your future goals. Those things you can draft as ideas. And you can give more details about the ideas that you jot down, you drafted. You can, when you take family, you can talk about your father, mother, your siblings. Siblings means your brothers and sisters here. So, like this, you can draft your outline. Okay, let's see what we are going to do next. Next, after drafting your outline, you are going to organize ideas into paragraphs. Okay, we have ideas and details about the ideas that we wrote earlier, and now we are going to organize those ideas into paragraphs using complete sentences. සම්පූර්ණ වාක්‍ය හදාගෙන පුතේ අපි කතා කරපු ideas වලින් අපි ඒවා paragraphs වලට හරව ගන්නවා. After that, you're going to write the composition. Then finally, this is the most important thing. You have to recheck and correct your spelling or grammar mistakes. Or you can use advanced grammar patterns or advanced words. So after rechecking and correcting the mistakes that you have done, you can submit the composition that you have completed. So this is how you write a composition. Okay, this is how you draft a outline. Let's see what we are going to do next. You can see a picture of a boy. He looks very happy and there are some things around him. There is a blackboard, a bell, there are some books, and there is a painting palette, and there is a pen. And he is going somewhere with a backpack and a ball in his hand. On his hand he has a ball. So I think he is going to school and he looks like he is happy. Okay, let's see. We are going to do an activity. This activity is in your pupils book, Unit 9, Activity 9.5, page number is 101. Okay, take out your pupils book and turn to page number 101. Okay, I think you are ready now. Let's look at the activity. Write a paragraph about yourself or one of your family members using as many adverbs of frequency as you can. Okay, don't worry, Putta. I know we haven't learned adverbs of frequency yet. Maybe you have learned them in your school. We haven't done them in the online sessions. But don't worry. Don't overthink about adverbs of frequency. We'll just write a paragraph about yourself or one of your family members. If you like, you can write this. I'm going to give an example of, yes, composition about yourself. Okay, let's start. How can you write about yourself? What are the things that you can write? Okay, we talked about this earlier also. You can introduce yourself first. You can introduce yourself, your name, your age, your school, which class or grade you are in, those things, or your daily routines, what you do every day, those things you can use to introduce yourself. Okay, let's see the next point. Your family. You can write about your parents, what they do, and what you do to help them, about your siblings, whether they are going to school, and how you look after them. You can write anything you like because you are the only person that knows most about yourself. ඔයා ගැන වැඩිපුරම දන්න කෙනා ඔයා නිසා පුතේ you can be creative. ඔයාට නිර්මාණශීලී වෙන්න පුළුවන් when you write about yourself. Then you can write about achievements. ඔයා ලබාගත් දේවල්. What you have achieved. ඔයා දිනාගත්ත දේවල්, ඔයා ලබාගත්ත දේවල්, the things that you make that makes you happy, ඔයා සතුටු කරන දේවල්, your hobbies, any sports you like, and about studies, what you like to study in school, about your friends. You can write those things under achievements. Then you can write about your strength. What do you mean by strength? මොනවද strength කියන්නේ පුතේ? Not about physical strength. ශරීර ශක්තිය ගැන විතරක් නෙමෙයි මෙතන. ඔයාගේ දක්ෂතාවයන් ගැන strengths මොනවද? If you can draw pictures beautifully, that is a strength. ඒක ඔයාගේ ශක්තිය. If you can sing well, that is a strength. ඔයාට හොඳට සින්දු කියන්න පුළුවන් නම් ඒක ඔයාගේ ශක්තිය. it makes you more attractive නේද? එයාට හොඳට සින්දු කියන්න පුළුවන්. She can sing very well. Or he can draw very well. මෙහෙම කියනකොට අපිටම අපි ගැන ආස හිතෙනව නේද? කවුරු හරි අපිව අගය කරනකොට අන්න ඒ වගේ දේවල් strengths වෙනවා. Okay, let's see the next one. As well as we have strength, we have weaknesses also. අපේ ශක්තියින් වගේම දුර්වලතාවයනුත් තියෙනවා පුතේ. Sometimes you like to play, but maybe you don't like much to study. ඔයා ඉගෙන පාඩම් කරන වැඩවලට එච්චර කැමති නැතුව ඇති. හැබැයි ඔයා සෙල්ලම් කරන්න ගොඩක් කැමති. Or you are addicted to playing video games or watching TV. නේද? අපි TV බලන එක ටිකක් වැඩිපුර කරනවා නම් පාඩම් වැඩ මග ඇරලා, එහෙම නැත්නම් video games play කරනවා නම් පාඩම් වැඩ මග ඇරලා, ඔයාට වැඩිපුර කේන්ති යනවා if you get angry really quickly. So those are weaknesses. If you like, only if you like, you can write about your weaknesses also. It's all right. එක ප්‍රශ්නයක් නෑ. ඔයාගේ දුර්වලතාව ගැනත් ඔයාට ලියන්න පුළුවන්. And you can write about your future goals. අනාගත අරමුණු ගැන ලියන්න පුළුවන්. What you want to be, what you like to achieve in the future. You can write those things. And you can write about your role models. අපි ආදර්ශයට ගන්න කෙනා මං කැමති මෙන්න මෙයා වගේ වෙන්න කියලා. If you like playing cricket, you can say my role model is Kumar Sangakkara. මගේ මම වෙන්න කැමති කුමාර් සංගක්කාර වගේ. එයා වගේ මහන්සි වෙනවා. I like to be a good cricket player like Kumar Sangakkara. So Kumar Sangakkara is your role model. Last one, your message. If you can give a message to the reader about an idea of yourself. ඔයාගේ තියෙන අදහසක් කියවන කෙනාට දෙන්න පුළුවන් නම් අවසානයේට that will be the most probably best conclusion or the closing sentence in your composition. ඔයා අදහසක් දෙනවා නම් message එකක් දෙනවා නම් කියවන කෙනාට ඒක ගොඩක් සුදුසු වෙනවා ඔයාගේ රචනාව අවසන් කරන්න. I think you have an idea about writing a paragraph about yourself. I think you have jotted down, dot down කරගන්න පුතේ මොනවද ඔයා ලියන්න කියලා draft කරගන්න. Introducing family, achievements, what are the strengths you have and weaknesses, your future goals, who is your role model, and your message. Just write them in point form. Point form එකෙන් ලියා ගන්න. Then we can make them into sentences using details. Okay? Okay, let's go to the paragraph that I wrote about myself. Actually, this is not about myself. I picked a random person and I wrote about her. මම ගැන නෙමෙයි පුතේ මේ ලියලා තියෙන්නේ. මම ළමයෙක්ව තෝරගෙන හිතලා imaginary person, this person doesn't live. මම හිතාගත්ත මනංකල්පිත පුද්ගලයෙක් imaginary person කෙනෙක් and I wrote about her. Can you see that I have given some words and phrases in color red? Yes, I think you can see clearly. You can use this paragraph as an format or format එකක් විදිහට එහෙම නැත්නම් example එකක් විදිහට මේ paragraph එක you can use. And the words in red, you can put your detail into those places. රතු පාටින් තියෙන තැන් වලට you can put your details. If your name is Kumara, you can say my name is Kumara. And I study in, if you study in Lourdes College Nathandiya, you can write like this. My name is Kumara and I study in Lourdes College Nathandiya. I am 13 years old student of grade 8. Like that. The words or phrases in color red, you can change them according to your likes. Okay. Shall we read the paragraph that I wrote about myself? Okay, I'm going to read it. You can look at the screen and read it with me. My name is Amali and I study in Central College, Badulla. I am 13 years old student of grade 8. There are 5 members in my family. I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning to help my mother. She is a housewife. My father works in a bank. I made tea for him and my 2 younger brothers every morning. I learn a lot from my father. He always teaches me to love and respect everyone. He drops us to school every day. I pay attention to my teachers and learn well. My favorite subject is English. I enjoy reading English poems and stories as I want to be a writer one day. I participate in extracurricular activities, but I don't like sports very much. I live happily with my family and pray to God to give such a family to everyone. Okay, I think now you can see the details that we talked earlier. I have given an introduction, the name, the school, her age, and her class is here. This is introduction. And I have written about her family members, about her mother and father and her younger brothers. And I have given a daily routine also. පුරුද්දක් විදියට කරන දෙයක්. Making tea and waking up at 6 o'clock. And her role model is her father. එයාගේ ආදර්ශයට ගන්න චරිතය තමයි යාගේ තාත්තා. And I have written about her schoolwork also and about her subjects, favorite subjects, and her future goals. She wants to be a writer one day and what she likes to do. And I have given a small weakness of herself. එයාගේ දුර්වලතාවයකුත් දීලා තියෙනවා මම මොකද්ද? I participate in extracurricular activities, but I don't like sports very much. She says that she participates in extracurricular. What do you mean by extracurricular? Yes. විෂය බාහිර ක්‍රියාකාරකම්. විෂය බාහිර ක්‍රියාකාරකම්. In your school, if you have sports clubs like astronomy clubs, තාරකා විද්‍යා සංගම්, and literature clubs, සාහිත්‍ය සංගම්, or chess clubs, chess සංගම්, ඒවා තියෙනවා නම් those things are extracurricular activities. ඒවා විෂය බාහිර ක්‍රියාකාරකම් පුතේ. So she doesn't like sports very much and she has given a message. What is that? I live happily with my family and pray to God to give such a family to everyone. She has said that she lives happily in her family and she wishes everyone should get a family like her. So this is a drafted example for myself. You can take a screenshot of this page or you can visit the English channel, YouTube channel, and you can write the paragraph down. Shall we move on to the next activity? I think you are ready. Okay, let's go. Again, in your pupils book, Puta, Unit 9, Activity 9.7, page number 103. Okay, I think you are ready now. You have turned your page. Let's look at the activity. Okay, You have to write a description about Sir Edmund Hillary, the first man to conquer Mount Everest using the given facts. Okay, this is very easy, Puta. Don't worry or don't be alarmed when you have a question like this in your textbook or in your term test paper. If they have given the facts, it is very easy to write the description or the essay. I'm going to show you how to do this. Okay, let's look at some unfamiliar words first. First one is conquer. What do you mean by conquer? Conquer means to overcome an obstacle. මොනහරි බාධාවක් ජය ගන්නවා කියන එක. Or you can say යටත් කර ගන්නවා. But here බාධාවක් ජය ගැනීම is the most suitable meaning for the word conquer. He has conquered what? The Mount Everest. Everest කන්ද. The highest place on earth. පෘථිවියේ තියෙන උසම ස්ථානය තමයි පුතේ Mount Everest කියලා කියන්නේ. So, we are going to write about Sir Edmund Hillary. Okay, let's see. Let's look at the points that they have given, the facts. Born 20th July 1919, Auckland, New Zealand. This is a village or a province, and the country is New Zealand. Became interested in mountain climbing while in secondary school. Okay, secondary school. In their countries, they have primary schools, secondary schools, and higher study units, education, colleges, higher college. Worked in the Royal New Zealand Air Force as a navigator. You all know what Air Force is. Yes. And a navigator. Navigator means, Puta, someone who shows the way. A person who navigates, who shows the way. Reached South Pole and later North Pole as part of the Commonwealth Transatlantic Expedition. Okay, South Pole and North Pole. Yes, Dakshina Dravaya saha Uttara Dravaya. පෘථිවියේ ඉහළ සහ පහළ. South Pole and North Pole. As a part of the Commonwealth Transatlantic Expedition. Commonwealth පොදු රාජ්‍ය මණ්ඩලීය. Yes. Expedition means ගවේෂණය. Yes. පොදු රාජ්‍ය මණ්ඩලීය Transatlantic ගවේෂණය හරහා he reached South Pole and North Pole. Okay, next one. The first person to reach the poles and summit Everest. Okay, summit. Summit means muduna. Yes, summit means muduna. The top, agrasthanaya, muduna. The top of something is called the summit, the top of the mountain. Next one. Reached the summit of Mount Everest on 29th May 1953 with the help of the Nepalese Sherpa Tenzing Norgay, making them the first to summit Mount Everest. Nepal Jatika Sherpa means a tribe puta. Egullo tribe bekak. Gotrayak Nepali inna tribe bekak. Nepal Jatika Sherpa කියන Sherpa Jatika Tenzing Norgay කියන පුද්ගලයා. This is the name of the person, Nepalese person, making them the first to summit Mount Everest. ඒ දෙන්නත් එක්ක තමයි මුලින්ම හිමාලය කන්ද Everest කන්ද තරණය කළේ. The last point was awarded a knighthood and coronation medal by the Queen Elizabeth II, Padma Vibhushan posthumously by the Indian government in 2008 and many other awards. Okay, knighthood, knight namayak. This is given by the Queen. Coronation, Abhisheka. Yes, Abhishek. ඔටුනු පලන්දනවා කියන්නේ අපි අභිෂේකය coronation made by the Queen Elizabeth II. Padma Vibhuhan posthumous. Posthumously means post කියන වචනේ POST පුතා post කියන්නේ පසු කියන එක. So posthumously means after the death. මරණයෙන් පසු. Yes, after the death, the Indian government had given him the title Padma Vibhushan. Okay, I think you have an idea about the points. Now I'm going to show you something. When you write an essay using the facts that they have given like this, you can use noun and pronouns to complete your essays. Okay, let's see. This is not 100% accurate every time. හැම වෙලාවෙම මේ ක්‍රමය සාර්ථක වෙන්නේ නැහැ. But most of the time you can use this method. ගොඩක් වෙලාවට මේ method එක පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන්. Okay, let's see. First, you can use the name of the person that you are writing about. What is his name? Sir Edmund Hillary. And I have used the be verb, the helping verb, a be verb here because they have given a verb. Born is a verb. Is given here, so I have used his name and a be verb. So, Sir Edmund Hillary was born on 20th July 1919, Auckland, New Zealand. Okay, then what? Second one, I have just used a pronoun. He became interested in mountain climbing because interested and became, they have given a verb here. So we don't have to add one. So again, they have given a verb here. So I have just added the pronoun. Third one, again, I have only added the pronoun in front of the fact that they have given. Okay, let's look at the next one. So here we don't have a verb. So I have added the be verb. So you can write he was. Here we have a verb. So I have only added the pronoun. But here we don't have a verb. So I have added a be verb with the pronoun. Okay, remember this. This is not 100% accurate every time. හැම වෙලාවම මේක ගැලපෙන්නේ නෑ පුතේ. Just be creative. Okay, next. We have a verb here. So I have only added the pronoun. So here we have a be verb. So we just have to add the pronoun. Okay, I think now you have an idea about how to complete the description or the essay about Sir Edmund Hillary. Okay, this is really important. You have to add the full stop to the sentence that you are writing. This is really important, Putta. Most of the time you forgot to add the full stop or to use punctuations in your essays or sentences you write. Okay? ඔබලගේ විරාම ලක්ෂණ විශේෂයෙන් නැවතීමේ තිත කියන එක අපි මේකට full stop කියනවා එහෙම නැත්නම් period කියලාත් කියනවා මේක පාවිච්චි කරන එක ගොඩාක් වැදගත් ගොඩක් අයට අමතක වෙනවා මේක ගැන ඉච්චර සැලකිලිමත් වෙන්නේ නැහැ සැලකීමක් දක්වන්නේ නැහැ punctuations ගැන don't do that please remember to use punctuations when you write anything in English or in Sinhala. Okay, you have to add the period sign or full stop to the end of the sentences you're writing. Okay. Now can you use the words that I have given in yellow and try to write the description. Okay. You can take your time and draft your paragraph. While you're doing that, I have posted some pictures of Sir Edmund Hillary and his partner, the Sherpa, here. Okay, you can see them while they are climbing the Mount Everest. They have taken some pictures in the expedition. These two were the first people to summit Mount Everest. It was a really hard journey, very difficult one. The cold was very high and it was really dangerous. So that's why it is really important to remember these people about their, yes. Okay, I think you have an idea about writing the paragraphs. Okay, let's look at the completed one. Okay, this is the summary that, this is the description or the composition that I have written. The essay about Sir Edmund Hillary. Shall you read it? Okay, let's read. Sir Edmund Hillary was born on 20th July 1919, Auckland, New Zealand. He became interested in mountain climbing while in secondary school. He worked in the Royal New Zealand Air Force as a navigator. He reached South Pole and later North Pole as part of the Commonwealth Transatlantic Expedition. He was the first person to reach the poles and summit Everest. He reached the summit of Mount Everest on 29 May 1953 with the help of the Nepalese Sherpa Tenzing Norgay, making them the first to summit Mount Everest. He was awarded a knighthood and coronation medal by the Queen Elizabeth II and Padma Vibhushan posthumously by the Indian government in 2008 and many other awards. So this is the completed composition or essay about Sir Edmund Hillary. I think, Putta, you have an idea about writing a composition or an essay about a person using the given facts. Okay, you can take a screenshot of this one also, or you can just remember the thing I said about using the pronoun and be verbs, and you can complete it by yourself. And remember, the method that I told you is not, yes, it's not accurate, 100%, it's not accurate every time you are writing something like that. Shall we move on to the last activity that we are going to discuss today? Okay. So this one is in your it's okay. Okay, this one is in your workbook, Unit 4, Activity 14, page number 36. Workbook, Unit 4, Activity 14, page number 36. Okay, I think you are ready. Okay, let's look at the activity. Okay, you all know who this person is. Yes, she's the famous writer J.K. Rowling, who has written the, yes, the boy who lived, about the boy who lived, Harry Potter. Okay, you can write a description about J.K. Rowling using the given facts. A British novelist, screenwriter, a film producer. Second one, born on 31st July in Yate, United Kingdom. First school, St. Michael's Primary School. Secondary school, Regent's College. Higher studies at University of Exeter and University of Edinburgh. Best known as the author of the Harry Potter fantasy series. Those books have won many awards and sold more than 400 million copies. Other books written by her, what are they? Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, The Casual Vacancy, The Cuckoo's Calling, and the last one is The Silkworm, etc. means Yanadiya. So there are many other books. Last point is, in October 2010, she was named the most influential woman in Britain by leading magazine editors. Influential අනිත් අයට ඉම්පැක්ට් එකක් දෙන්න පුළුවන්. අනිත් අයට ආදර්ශයක් ගන්න පුළුවන් කෙනෙක් විදිහට එයාව නම් කරලා තියෙනවා. So you can use the points that I have given here and the method that I told you. Let's look at that. You can use the name for the first one because there is no verb. You can use the be verb. Second one, we have here we have to add and because there are a list of things. Yes, before the last one, you have to add and. She was born on 31st July. Her, gay. Her, you have to be possessive here. Her first school. Yes. Here you have to add was. Her first school was St. Michael's Primary School. Yes. And her secondary school was Wheaton College. Next point. She did her higher studies at University of Exeter. She is best known as the author of the Harry Potter fantasy series. Yes, here you have to add are. Again, here you have to add and. Okay, this is the draft that we can use to write the description about J.K. Rowling. Take a screenshot of this page with the words that I have given and this becomes your homework. This is the homework that you are going to get today, Putta. Okay, you can do this in your workbooks. Try to write an essay or a description about J.K. Rowling by using the method that I have taught you. Okay, we have come to the end of our session. We are going to wind up now. Stay safe and learn something new every day. Okay, goodbye everyone. Thank you very much for participating.